Y'all can keep the door shut until folks come in, go.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you guys are ready.
Sure. Well, I mean, just kind of to recap the day, I mean, a great opportunity here with the community service projects, just kind of recap those 2 stops.
No, it was awesome. We moved a lot of mulch and helped with the playground, burned a lot of calories. But, that's what this is all about, is giving back to the communities. And then we painted the playground. I helped with the 3-point line. It's a little crooked, so hopefully no one will get mad about the crooked lines. But the court looked beautiful.
I think you said back in May that you were kind of anticipating having to be a little bit more hands-on with the guys this summer. How did they respond to that?
Yeah, our guys were great. We got 10 weeks. We got to work with them 8 of the 10. They worked really, really hard, had great attitudes. Still got a long way to go. We don't play till first week in November, so it's going to. And we've kind of had the 4-hour restrictions a week. So once we get through the next 4 weeks, once school starts, and then we get to the 20 hours, we'll be able to do a lot more stuff with the guys. But they've done a great job. They've had great buy-in. We've done a lot of off-the-floor bonding stuff to try to get to know each other a little bit better, and we'll continue to do stuff on the court as well as bonding off the floor as well.
How much do you think Isaiah Joe has taken it as a personal challenge? That maybe the mark on him going into Arkansas was, hey, he's a 3-point threat, big-time 3-point threat, but just evolving his game overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think Isaiah has done a phenomenal job of working on his ball handling. He's done a great job in the weight room. He's really focused. He's a guy that, if you walk in late at night into the building or you come in on a weekend, you can hear the ball bouncing. He's probably getting shots up and trying to improve on his game. And we've had a quite a number of guys that have been in there a lot on their own, which is really what we wanted to try to see. If you just come do your 4 hours for 8 weeks in the summer, which really the summer is the biggest time you're going to improve your game, probably not going to improve too much. You got to do a lot on your own, and we've had a group of 7 or 8 guys that have really, really done that and been working really hard at a high level on their own.
Is your roster set, or could there be any addition or subtraction? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the roster's probably set, but having said that, some of it's in your control and some of it's not in your control. But yeah, we feel like school's starting here in a few weeks, and like I said, we've had really good player development stuff in the off season, and looking forward to the guys coming back to school. A lot of them actually, I've been shocked. I've never been a part of a program with so many guys stayed, and we have a pretty decent break. And we got 5 or 6 guys still here working on their game.
You've had a lot of people, a lot of kids in the last 2 weeks, and obviously new recruiting staff that got out in the spring and summer. Just talk about how that's going, and how you feel about how things are looking down the line.
Yeah, obviously with the recruiting stuff, you can't talk about any particular student athlete, but we've been really happy, with unofficials and stuff. Just going to continue to work to try to get to know the players in the surrounding areas. And, obviously when you get a job, that 2019 and 2020 class, there's concern because people have been recruiting those guys for a little bit longer than we have. So, we got our work cut out even in the 2020 class. But, the 21 class, we feel like we're going to get in on guys as early and quickly as we possibly can and try to build this thing that the way we need to.
Some of those transfers that have come in, do you foresee any of those guys getting eligible for this year, or where are you at in that process?
Yeah, I mean, the only one that's put a waiver in is Connor Vanover. JD's going to spend the year on player development, and Bebe will do the same. Where those guys are, they're true transfers, and then obviously the grad transfers are playing in Jimmy and Scylla. So, we'll see how the Connor thing goes, and either way, it's positives. If he can play, great. If he sits the year, it'll be great from a player development standpoint, and we can continue to work on a lot of stuff like weightlifting and adding weight to his game and working on skill development as well.
a lot of kids have talked about there's an NBA aspect to your program with obviously the staff's experience and that it seems to run like an NBA team. How I would know that, I don't know, but just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably in reference to really no zone defense in 4 years and a lot of NBA quick hitters offensively, and when we talk about our draft room, it's not a recruiting room. It's kind of a draft room, and we don't use 4 stars or 5 stars or 3 stars. We talk about, is this guy equivalent to a lottery pick? Is this guy a mid-first round guy? Is this guy a late second round? Is he an undrafted guy that goes through, joins your team in free agency? So I think some of that stuff maybe they've picked up on a little bit, but it's just the terminology that a lot of us are familiar with in our office, and so we kind of roll with it.
How good do you feel about the front court, the combination you've brought in, just the variety of types of players that you can put in the paint?
We're really small. And rebounding was a little bit of a problem last year, so without Daniel, it's really a concern. When I wake up at 3 in the morning, my wife asks if I'm going to the bathroom, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get defensive rebound. So that's a concern, and we'll do a lot of rebounding drills. I don't know if, you can only get so good doing rebounding drills in practice, but we have to rebound. Our guards are really good rebounders. That was part of the reason a guy like Jimmy Witt, I think, can really help us, because he is a really good rebounder for his position, and we're going to need Scylla to rebound the basketball at a higher clip than what he's done at his previous stops. That's going to be really important. Guys like Adrio have to rebound the basketball, and obviously, Reggie's got to really rebound the ball too. So we're going to have to do it collectively. Mason's a good rebounder for his position, and he's going to have to rebound a little bit better than he did last year as well.
Anybody you foresee kind of making a jump, or anybody that you've seen in summer workouts that can make a jump?
Yeah, a lot of people have asked that, and the reality of it is, we haven't gone live a lot. We've been trying to add a lot of terminology. We've done some live stuff half court. We wanted to get through the summer and try to figure out our terminology and the style of play that we want to have, and we haven't really utilized, like, all right, here's an evaluation 8-week period. We didn't feel like that's what we were trying to do. We wanted to try to get as much stuff in as we could from a side out, baseline out, and then we want to start ramping it up when they get back together. Obviously, they're going to forget some stuff over the break, but we'll review, and then once we have the 20 hours instead of the 4 hours, we'll be able to really start evaluating and determine roles and things like that. I think it's unfair to, in the middle of the summer, to start thinking about, roles and rotations and things like that.
A few of the non-conference games, I guess, have leaked out. Just how do you feel overall about the schedule you're going to face?
It's when you look at the other SEC, programs, and you start thinking about, some SEC schools don't have any true road games. And obviously, true road game at Georgia Tech, true road game at Indiana, true road game at Western Kentucky. I mean, we have 3 true road games that are going to all be challenging, and then some of the other games, really good mid-majors that are really well coached. It's kind of weird because some of the games were set up before me, but a lot of them are really good friends of mine that are coaching other programs that we're going to end up playing. And we're playing teams that can beat you if you're not ready to play, and you take them for granted. I mean, so I think the schedule puts us in a position that you try to put yourself in come non-conference. It's going to be challenging enough, and then you add, TCU. I mean, you got some good games.
You being new to the state,